Kevin Samuels and Derrick Jaxon is the reason a lot of women are single right now. This isn't a hate video. This isn't a diss video. This is a real video that a lot of people need to hear. What's their core audience? I would say for Derrick Jaxon, it's more women. I would say for Kevin Samuels, it's more men. Keep in mind, if you're a woman and you want to get into a relationship, your best bet is to set yourself up for the man in the relationship that you want to be in a relationship with. Not a man on YouTube that's telling you how he wants his women to be. So for example, when you listen to Kevin Samuels and he gives the definition of a high value man, no one truly knows what the definition of high value or value is because everyone's definition of value is different. For example, I may value a woman who has nice teeth. Another guy may value a woman who has a nice body. Does that mean that the woman who has a nice body is low value to me? No, I just value certain things different. Same when it comes to women trying to say, oh, this is a high value man or this is not a high value man. Do you ever wonder why a lot of you women who watch this content, whether it's Kevin Samuels or Derrick Jaxon, do you wonder why you're still single? This is no diss to anybody. If you're a woman single and you're watching this, I want to, first of all, respect you for actually clicking on this video because you may not have heard of me. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. I go by Mr. Man in Action. My goal is to help people out in taking action on what they want to do in life. Not only men, but women in action as well. That's really my core. I just want to help as many people, but you got to understand, action is what the universe will respond to. Not the word action, but the actual action of taking action. So for you women out here watching this video and watching this content and things of that sort, how much action are you taking to actually get a man? How much action are you actually taking within yourself to figure out what's a high value man to you? First, you have to define value. What do you value? At your age, with your lifestyle, with how you're living, how you're working, what do you value as a man? With all due respect, F what Kevin Samuels values as a high value man. What do you value? Let's keep in mind, these two guys that I'm speaking of are human beings just like you, just like me, just like all of their audience that are watching them. They don't know it all. They can't speak for what's best for everybody. You know one thing that you can do watching this video? You can speak for what's best for you. You can speak for what's valuable for you. It's not even my goal to tell you what's valuable. Everybody's definition of value is different. Some people may value money. Other people may value family. Some people may value cars. Other people may value homes. Does that mean that this person's value is not the same or isn't as important as yours? Absolutely not. That's the uniqueness and that's the beautiful part of being a human being, is that we all have different values. And one thing you value now at this stage of your life may be different later, but you have to be the one that can define this. I don't watch these guys too much. You know, I catch their live streams here and there. Derrick Jaxon, I was more familiar with him years ago, but you know, all the stuff that's going on with him, and my goal isn't to tear these guys' brand down. My goal isn't to diss them because what they're doing is important. There was a light that needed to be shined, whether it's telling women how valuable they are and how beautiful and how, you know, deserving they are of a good man, kind of like what Derrick Jaxon promotes, and also letting women know reality of, hey, you may be great, you may be this and that, but in reality, there's a certain man for you, and this man that you may believe you want, if you're not taking the action to actually get that man, then you're not going to get him. Kind of like what Kevin Samuels in a sense promotes. I don't know. I think it's a little tricky because when I first heard of Kevin Samuels, I thought he was just a cologne channel. I know he would talk about dressing certain ways and things of that sort, but I just remember him reviewing cologne. And that's the blessing and the curse of going viral. That's the blessing and the curse of having all these people view you, is if something starts to work for you, you run with it. So now, I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. I don't even know if Kevin Samuels' intentions is truly to help women get into a relationship or even help men, because I know a lot of men follow him as well. I don't even know if his true intentions now is to truly help, or is it to entertain? Is it to have people laugh at these women that are calling in, I would think, seriously looking for guidance? You guys gotta see through this stuff. Don't let the views fool you. I say that all the time in my videos. Do not let the views fool you. I don't want to put words in his mouth or even call his intentions out, but I mean, Kevin Samuels, if you like to review cologne, stick to that, man. Stick to your lane, bro. And there's nothing wrong with giving this advice. I know a lot of people have got some value from your content. I definitely have as well. But then again, I still have to sit back after watching your videos or your live stream and say, okay, that was good. What did I get out of it that's beneficial to me that I can actually put into action? And what are my values? Because there's a lot of men that watch Kevin Samuels' channel and probably don't believe that they're high value because he's saying you need this, that, and this. They may have this, but not that. And so now they're like, I'm not high value. I'm here to tell you, definition of high value is not necessarily money. That's just like saying the definition of being successful is having money. My personal opinion, the definition of success is to be happy. It's to live a life that you want to live. It's to do what you want to do every single day. We got to start really changing these definitions of how we look at things, because isn't that what we do all of these things for, to be happy? It's to live a life that we want to live. We can't let other people define how we want our life to be. So another thing when it comes to these guys is you're taking dating advice from people who either had a failed marriage or have a bad public relationship. Now, I know that people sometimes have failed marriages. Kevin Samuels, he's put it out there that he's been through divorces. He's had some situations with women that he's not proud of. Derrick Jaxon, obviously, we already know what happened with him. That's a whole nother topic. If y'all want me to go deeper into his situation, just comment down below, let me know. Or you can always email me. But just stop and think about that for a minute. Would you prefer to take advice on something from someone who has a successful relationship or marriage? Or would you prefer to take advice from someone who doesn't have a successful relationship or marriage? Example, let's say I started 5 businesses. None of them lasted for over a year and they all failed. But I hopped on here and told you everything you need to have a successful business. When you guys at a certain point look at me and be like, well, your businesses failed. They didn't last over a year. So even though you may know what you're talking about, or you may seem like you know what you're talking about, you're getting a lot of views, a lot of super chats, a lot of comments, you need to life check who you watch. You need to see, because it's so easy to hop on this camera and sound good, look good, have the lights, have the music, have the camera, have the 8K, 4K videos going, and have a lot of people misguided. A lot of women are watching these but are still single. I'm here to tell you, women out here, I truly care. If you want to get this certain type of man, you're going to have to go out and, I'm sorry to tell you, but in this world now, you may have to interact with these men in real life. My core of what I try to teach is to help men out when it comes to approaching, socializing, meeting women in real life. But if you women don't know this, I'm going to tell you this now. A lot of dudes are afraid to approach women in person. And I'm not here to say that a woman's role is to approach a man in person, because it's not. That's why I try to focus on helping the men out first. And if I can help build a whole bunch of kings, a whole bunch of leaders, then it will be so much easier to help build some queens. But even for women as well, I got a playlist for dating advice for women. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. You women don't understand. You are missing out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of good brothers, by just not striking up a conversation with them first at times. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm just saying if you see someone that you find attractive, appealing, interesting, there is no crime in you as a woman going up and saying hey to a guy, maybe complimenting his shoes, his hat, his shirt, whatever. And if he's the guy for you, he's going to pick up on it, and then he's going to start to lead the conversation. But I just want to throw that out there, whether you women notice or not, a lot of guys are afraid to approach. And I know women are afraid as well. At some point, somebody has to have some courage and make that first move. Now, another thing is, I don't see these guys dating in real life. I'm not saying that they're single. I'm not saying that they can't get women. But what I'm saying is, can you guys imagine Kevin Samuels dripped out in a suit or whatever, going up and approaching a woman? Like actually chopping it up with her? I'm not saying he can't. I just can't see it happening. If you're getting some dating advice from someone, at least let it be someone that's actively dating. It's like getting advice about football, but from not a football coach, just someone who watches it here and there. You can get advice from anybody, but if you're serious about this, it's probably better if you're getting it from someone who's actually in the field, who's actually in the market, in the realm, and actually doing this stuff. And I don't want to make this video too long, but just understand, these guys, if something works for people, they're going to do it for years. Derrick Jaxon's been finessing for years. There's like other things that I heard, and I don't get too deep into the drama, especially on someone else's life, but he's been finessing for years. A lot of you women are still single because you're getting advice from guys that you need to really analyze and see, are they truly here to help? Or are they here to entertain? Are they here to embarrass? Are they here to go viral? Are they here to try to finesse and seem like they're helping get me to come over and then they smash or whatever? So just comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Remember, if you do nothing, nothing's going to happen. So go ahead and take action now. Get it. I'm out.